Today we are starting all of the floor preparation for our brand new extension. Put the DPM down and whacked the stone and put some blinding underneath it. We're just having about 100mm worth of concrete for a subfloor. That better? Because it's timber floor, we just need some airflow under it, just like we do have in the existing property. It's got these air vents, telescopic and extender into this area here. Now we'll have 150mm from our top of concrete to the underside of joists, so that's perfectly sufficient for airflow. On this side, I don't know if you remember from the setting out video, we had these big concrete lintels. Couldn't send these under the lintel because the ground and the stone and the blinding was all too high. So we've come up and over and then back down. So we do have airflow here. It's just gone around the arse just a little bit.
Not looking bad. Making quite a good progress over there. Yeah. Great chap. Great chap. There's always an easier way to do something.
Yeah. Annoying, man. It's the hard way.
An easy way to do this would get concrete dropped off. But when you got workhorses like me and you, when you got donkey force, when you got donkeys on the job, couple of mules,
Big donkey work.
Off bag.
Should be pre-cut one.
Yeah, I've got it. Where do you want it? In the mixer up your nose?
There you go.
Nine o'clock. Dump that massive load of yours. Lovely stuff. That don't look terrible. Looks awful. Nah, it's not bad that. I tell you what, that is actually pretty good for just a 6 foot level.
Really easy. Right, subfloor went in. Really easy. 2 tons of concrete, about 100mm thick, all the way around. No rebar needed because it's only a subfloor, so it's never really going to be seen again. That's just there for shits and gigs. Tomorrow we are going to start putting on all of the floor joists, but it seems a shame to walk all over that today. So let that go off. We've just given it a big douse with water so it don't crack too much. Off to another job. So we'll catch you Monday morning. The concrete floor has finally gone off. Today, however, we are doing all of the floor joists. Now, the boards haven't turned up nor have the insulation, but what we do have available is some temporary floorboards. Bang all of our floor joists on, knock them all out, bang the temporary boards on, and then we are good to continue laying. Because the plumber and the sparky isn't booked in until next week, it's actually a bonus that we're putting the temporary boards on. So that means they can get under the floor, run all of their cables, run all of their pipes. So that way it works really well for them. and then once the extension's built, we'll be able to put all the insulation in the floor, which will be a 100mm Kingspan, and then put all of our boards over. But for now, we're going to start cutting out and nogging all of our joists. You may have seen us take this massive sill out. The reason is we want our floor joist, what we're about to put in, flow all the way through into this area. So when we do a small knock through our existing floor and our new floorboards, when this door comes out, all run through level. We've just got the first 4 joists set. There's only a few more to do. I've read my YouTube comments from previous, so last time I did 400 centres, but it's actually meant to be 355. So we've got all that sorted, nogging everything out now. We're just checking these main 3 ones where it runs into the house. Just made sure that we are 18mm from this point over to this point to allow for our floorboards to flow through really nicely. Oh yeah, you're flying, it's just like setting up in it. That's everything you need. There we go. So what I'm doing, I'm just checking to see which way this timber cambers over. So it looks like, I don't know if you can see this on shot, looks like the hump or the twist is on this side. So we'll put that up and then the weight of it will push the twist down over time. Something to do with like when the floor sits on it, it'll like bend down if it's the wrong way or something. I made a right dog's dinner out of that. Nice. Top.
And I ain't gonna be your little darling. I'm gonna be your dynamite.
Thank you, mate. Oh dear, yeah, I'll have another one, please. Thank you, though. The effort was there, and that's what I love. They're better. Where's the impact driver? Yeah, I say we go for one more joist, tight up there, and then we'll nog off it and frame it out a little, just so it's nice and solid. Tell you what, it makes a big difference using a square when you do your, you know, your noggin cuts, but like not just squaring the line, using the square to run the steel saw over it. Like, it makes it really nice. Squares is one of them's well out. Wow, we really need a new blade, don't we? That one don't need wrapping, thank you. We just cut me like a length of 300mm tray, or you see the tray we've got there, just cut me a square of that, please. That's a nice fit, that is. Say again. Just a square, just 400 by 400 or whatever. It don't matter, it's just to stick on the deck. It's not like actually important too much. Lovely. Thank you. Nice. Let's do what that lad did.
Nice.
I like that, that's well good, isn't it?
There's always easier ways.
Yeah. Always better ways.
There's always rougher ways.
That is so solid.
That's really good.
You know what? It's pretty solid now. I reckon for what it's worth, we'll just put just a row of those through as well. I think it just makes such a massive difference. But I'll put one more nog in there, another nog in there, and maybe a tiny one over there, and then this little section's all nogged out really. We've only got some kitchen units here, so it's nothing crazy. There we go. Yeah, I think it might have been a joinery channel I watch in America. I think they're called Perkin Brothers. You're the ones I was talking about yesterday, the bloke who lost his fingers, bless him. I'm sure it's them. It's either I saw them do like a subfloor like we do, and then with any of their like offcuts they had, they just put it here, like, which does make actually a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because it takes that extra little whip out, and if we've got the offcuts for it, yeah, better than going on the old log burner, causing chaos and pollution. Wow, that is so solid. Not a bad little bit of frame in here. Well, for bricklayers anyway. That sound. Well, you always do get whip in a timber floor. That's why people opt for block and beam. But the cost of block and beam is outrageous. And timber's just quicker and easier. Yeah. Cheaper than putting concrete up to this level, isn't it? Awesome, mate. Great stuff. All the floor joists went on absolutely fantastic. Put our temporary boards on. Again, this is just so that when the plumber comes, the sparky comes, they can just pull these up, run all of their cables and stuff like that, and then we can go down with our insulation and official chipboards for the finished floor level. If you come in close, you might have heard me mention these little things here. I just saw some bloke on YouTube do it, joiners in America.
and I just thought it was a really smart thing. It just takes the whip out ever so slightly. So yeah, that is pretty much where we're going to be leaving it now. We're going to start on the brickwork, but we'll catch you next time. So thank you very much for watching this little video, floor prep, concreting, floor joists. We'll catch you in the next one.